social media metrics point to Trump. Enthusiasm points to Trump. The Google search engines point to Trump. The relevant Gallup questions to wrap up that component, which have been, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Who do you think is going to win the election when there's a disagreement between that and the top line? And who is paying very close attention to the election? And I'm sorry, there's a fourth one, the party affiliation one I referenced before. All four say Trump is going to win. So the actual pertinent polling questions that have been predictive all point towards Trump. The GDP models point towards Trump. The presidential primary participation models point towards Trump. Voter registration trends point towards Trump. And also all of the data that was pointing towards Trump has accelerated within the last 2 weeks toward Trump, while the one potential risk point, which was early vote being able to substitute for enthusiasm, has not gone against Trump like was predicted and forecast. And if anything, it's trended more Trump given the demographics of low propensity voters within that group. So to give people an idea, the youth vote is supposed to be 14 to 15% at least of the early vote based on polling data and their share of the electorate. Instead, it's around 7 to 8. And, some states it should be as high as 17 or 18, like North Carolina, it's around 10. So it's just way, and if you dig in deeper, it's disproportionately African Americans and in other places Hispanics that are the ones that are within that youth group that are not voting. So basically the big millennial minority turnout push that has been promised by Nate Cohn and everyone else is not happening in the early vote anywhere near the proportion either they projected or they just flat out needed. I mean, like I said, Nevada and North Carolina, states that have a long history of certain kinds of voting patterns, they're doing at or worse than 2016 with those groups. And they're supposed to be doing much better. So based on all of that data, my recommendation is to bet Trump if he's anywhere under 60% on predicted.